Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Scarecrow, and this probably isn't the voice that you were expecting to hear from this type of video. Now, if you would like to skip straight to the gun stats in that part of the video, I will leave a timestamp right here for you guys to go to so you can enjoy the core of the video, but I felt like this video needed an introduction and some explaining. As you guys know, Black Ops 3 In Depth, the official series, has finished. Drifter, I don't think, has any plans to revive that series since Black Ops 3 is no longer the relevant Call of Duty, and that year has kind of passed. Black Ops 3 is no longer the main Call of Duty anymore. But nonetheless, that doesn't stop Treyarch from continuing to add guns and content for the game, and as such, there is a lacking on YouTube for this style of video for Black Ops 3 and the new guns in it. I'm not making this series, I'm not doing this to copy Drifter, I'm not doing this to take away from Drifter's series or anything like that. I'm simply doing this because these are the kind of videos that I want to watch on YouTube, and this is the kind of information that I want available for Black Ops 3. And so I was looking around on YouTube to see if anyone had actually done this series, if it had been done, if anyone had completed this, since Drifter isn't going to, and I couldn't find anyone. I couldn't find anyone providing gun stats or anything really along the vein of what Drifter was doing and providing this kind of information. I thought, instead of just complaining about it and asking him about it, since chances are he has probably thought about it, and if he is planning to do it, he hasn't said anything about it. So I thought to myself, why don't I just do it? It certainly won't be as factual and amazing as his videos are. If you have been following Drifter for as long as I have, and subscribed to his channel for as long as I have, you know the quality that he puts into his in-depth series for Call of Duty and the amount of time and effort it takes him. I hope that I can at least appease you guys until the in-depth returns for next year. Think of this as kind of like a fan project for a Star Wars, like a fan movie or something like that. Nowhere near as good as the originals, but enough to tide you over until the next one. I will be covering all the weapons that have come out since Drifter finished his Black Ops 3 In-Depth series, and trying to do the series justice and to the quality levels that his videos are. I would ask you guys to support the series because I know if you guys are anything like me and you really enjoy the Call of Duty franchise, you will have been missing these kind of videos on Drifter's channel and this style of content for Black Ops 3, and if you're playing Black Ops 3 as much as I do, this is the kind of information that really helps you and is the stuff that you want to know. The in-depth stats behind the weapons. Like, it's something that I really look forward to from Drifter's channel. When he does it, I look forward to In-Depth every single year. I think it's an awesome series and a very original series. This is kind of my contribution to the Call of Duty community. But without further ado, let's just get on to the video. Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Scarecrow and welcome to Black Ops 3 In Depth. Today we're going to be looking at the M16, one of the better, if not the best, supply drop weapon to be added into Black Ops 3. It seems like a pretty straightforward weapon, high damage, burst fire weapon, but it does have a few hidden quirks and things that I wanted to point out to make it slightly more of an interesting weapon. So, straight up, we're going to be starting with the damage. The damage profile for the M16 is very simple. It does 30 to 40 damage. Now, a lot of the weapons in Black Ops 2 have several damage profiles, but the M16 is one of the more unique with only two. It does 30 to 40 damage, meaning it's a 3 to 4 hit kill at all ranges. Most of the time, it will be a 3-hit kill because the 3-hit kill range on the M16 is extremely long at 43 meters. Beating out every other weapon in the game except for the BRM for 3-hit kill range. It has a headshot multiplier of 1.1x, so headshots without high caliber are pretty much useless at all ranges. And it has a very solid rate of fire at 452 rounds per minute, with rapid fire taking it up to 466. Not really a necessary attachment in my opinion. The iron sights are complete garbage in my opinion. I think they're one of the worst iron sights in Black Ops 3 just because of one simple fact, and that is you cannot track people that are below you very well. Once you lose them in the iron sights, it can be very difficult to pick them up again. It's quite ironic because these iron sights don't encourage futuristic movement or exo movement at all, just because if you jump over a target, you're going to lose them in the huge gun model. So I wouldn't recommend using this without an optic sight. An optic sight is essential in this gun. You want to be as accurate as possible. You want to be using a red dot sight or an ELO, or even a Varix sight. It's pretty good on this gun as well. The recoil is actually slightly higher than you would think. You would think the M16 would have virtually no recoil. Once you get out to medium range, it does actually have a little bit of kick, so you have to learn to control that a little bit. And not only that, but the recoil pattern is a little bit random. Sometimes it kicks to the side, and sometimes it kicks up vertical. I've found that the recoil pattern can be controlled, but it can be also a bit random at times. The sprint out time is 0.3 seconds, the same as most of the other assault rifles. And the ADS time is 0.25 seconds, same as all of the other assault rifles. One of the unique quirks that this weapon actually has is that it has no idle sway. It didn't take me very long to notice that this gun is an excellent gun for killing people off of head glitches and for counter sniping people because of the fact that it has no idle sway. You can sit there, like I've sat in private matches for a few minutes, aim down sight, and the gun has virtually no sway, if any, and I certainly couldn't see any. The M16 has one of the faster assault rifle reloads in the game at 1.1 seconds, and that gets bumped up to 1.6 seconds with extended mags. Fast mags is definitely not necessary on this gun. You can reload quicker than a lot of the other assault rifles, and so I feel like even with extended mags, the reload time is never really much of a problem. It has 30 rounds in the magazine, with extended mags bumping it up to 42 rounds in a magazine. I would not recommend this gun with a silencer though. The silencer really does destroy the range on this weapon. In all my experience using the silencer, I tried to make it work even with high caliber, and the gun just refused to work with me. I was getting hit markers at just about every range. You don't want to put a silencer on this weapon. You do not want to destroy the one burst range of this gun. You do not want to destroy its potential. Where it really shines is in its one burst and 3 to 4 hit kill range. You don't want to destroy that beautiful 3 hit kill range that the gun has by adding a silencer onto it. As for what I think of this weapon, if you are lucky enough to get it in supply drops, I do think that you're going to be extremely happy with the weapon because it is statistically one of the best assault rifles in Black Ops 2 with the best damage profile out of all of the assault rifles and some of the best range in the game aside from the BRM for 3-hit kill. Not only that, but when you put high caliber on it, this thing will tear through people. It'll be a one burst machine. It does require accuracy, so if you are a player that has a higher sensitivity or you like to spray and pray, then maybe not the perfect weapon for you, but keep in mind the raw damage output on this thing means that it is extremely powerful in the hands of a person who knows what they're doing. If you have any semblance of accuracy and high caliber on this gun, then you will tear through enemies. They will barely have any time to react before you delete them off the face of the map, which is why when running the M16 I'm going to recommend an optic sight just because you want to have that sense of accuracy. You want to be able to track targets and keep onto them with the ease of a red dot sight or an ELO sight. I would recommend quick draw just because you want to be getting off your shots first. You want to be fast and accurate, and you want to be one bursting them straight off of your burst, and high caliber too, so when your gun kicks up to the head, it puts the final nail in the coffin for the enemy and really destroys them. This gun is one of the most powerful guns in Black Ops 3, and if you are lucky enough to get it from supply drops, count yourself lucky because there are a lot of people out there that are really looking forward to getting their hands on this gun. It is a very aesthetically pleasing weapon. It certainly looks very nice, and it's a very fun and satisfying gun to use. I'm actually surprised this weapon didn't get more attention just because of the fact of how powerful it is. It rivals all burst fire weapons in the game, even the XR2, and I found that statistically speaking and from my experience, this gun is very powerful. It's very easy to get headshots with. The recoil pattern carries it up to the head in a lot of situations, and with high caliber it will chew through most opponents very easily. This is not a hit marker machine. This is a burst fire weapon that rivals some of the best burst fire weapons in any Call of Duty, let alone in Black Ops 3. It is a high skill, high reward weapon. If you can get good with this gun, then there are not very many that can challenge you at any range. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as much as I did creating it. It was a lot of fun to get into the stats of the weapons and to make this kind of video. It's not usually the kind of video that I really make, but I really enjoyed making it nonetheless. So anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more, and I shall see you, beautiful people, in the next video.